Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Gaming Prophet, and welcome back. This is the post-WrestleMania episode, not to be confused with the post-Raw episode, but in today's episode, we're going to be doing the Superstar Shakeup. Now, I know, this wasn't around in 2003, they did a draft and whatnot, but Superstar Shakeup is just so much easier. It just is. I can just switch people over, start new storylines. As you can see, there's some on the right here that kind of give away who's going where, but no problem. We're still gonna go through it and show you guys who is going where, switching alternating picks from SmackDown and Raw. So let's go ahead and we also have I haven't played since WrestleMania, so there's an incident with Chris Benoit and the buy rate, drug test fees, all that little stuff. But we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna do some trades here. We're gonna do the Superstar Shakeup. So first, as you see here, AJ Styles is going to SmackDown. Call up from OVW that a lot of you actually wanted to happen, and I was originally gonna put him on Raw, but as I started putting the Shakeup together, I feel like maybe AJ Styles should start off in the Cruiserweight division against Rey Mysterio, Matt Hardy, people like that. So as you see on the right hand side, I do have a feud for them between Matt Hardy, AJ, and Rey Mysterio. Raw's first pick is going to be the man that I just got a notification about, and that's Chris Benoit, who was in the Money in the Bank match for WrestleMania 19. Now he's headed to Raw. Next up for SmackDown, we have a tag team. You guys can probably see on the right hand side. It's going to be Rob Van Dam and, of course, his tag team partner Kane. They're going to SmackDown. My thoughts about this move is, I think they've run their course on Raw, actually. Especially with Goldberg as world champ now. They're both faces. They need new challenges. And I think there's a lot of, matches they could have, especially against Los Guerreros, which I have the feud for. Next up, we have for Raw, we'll do a tag team for Raw as well. It's going to be the Legion of Doom, who just recently made their debuts, but now they're both going to Raw to challenge the Dudleys, actually, at Backlash. And you can see that feud right up here at the top. Let's see what else we got here. So that was Raw's last pick. SmackDown's pick is going to be none other than Booker T, who was also in that Money in the Bank match. And like I said, I feel like he's run his course on Raw. I feel like SmackDown, there's going to be a lot more opportunities for him. Next up on Raw, we got a huge one here, guys. The Undertaker is going to Raw. That's a big one. So we're going to continue his feud with Chris Jericho and not have to switch brands all too much. And I think that sets up great feud possibilities on Raw. Next up for Raw, we got, let's see here, we got the man that's currently out right now at rehab, but when he comes back, he will be going to SmackDown. That man being Jeff Hardy, to possibly maybe team up with Matt Hardy. So there's that. There's a possibility, guys. Speaking of possibly teaming up, Raw is gonna go ahead and get Edge, who is right here. Edge going to Raw about a year earlier than he actually did. And like I said, there's always the opportunity for him to team back up with Christian, but I think a feud between them is more likely than a tag team return. Let's go back to SmackDown. The next pick is another call-up. It's going to be Mark Henry, who is already on SmackDown. Time for Raw to get a call-up. Let's give them, where's he at? Canyon, he's already on here. Who else do we got for SmackDown? We're going to go ahead and get, it's a test. Test is coming to SmackDown. For Raw, we're going Rikishi. Where's he at? Kishi's going to Raw. So a lot of mid-card moves especially, but as you can see, we're pretty top heavy with the main eventers as well. So I'll make sure they're distributed properly. So for SmackDown, they're gonna have a call up for a tag team, Doug and Danny Basham. And then for Raw, they will also have a call up, and it's going to be Rene Dupree and Rob Conway. I don't think Sylvan is. No, okay. They're gonna be going to Raw. And that'll actually do it for Monday Night Raw. But SmackDown has 2 more picks. Yeah, 2 more picks. So first for SmackDown, another call up to team up with Brian Kendrick. It's going to be the wonderful Paul London. And then last but not least, probably the biggest coup here in this whole Superstar Shakeup, we got the Icon Sting going to SmackDown. So here are the official results for the Superstar Shakeup. Tag teams get swapped. Mark Henry gets called up. You know, a lot of cool stuff going on there. Let's take a quick look at the storyline since I have updated them here on your right hand side. So obviously, yes, the Dudleys are going to take on LOD. I plan on doing a fatal 4-way at Backlash for Goldberg's title. Because remember, Rock faced Goldberg at Backlash, but Triple H still has his rematch. HBK still mad at The Rock. So I think a fatal 4-way would be great for Backlash. We're going to have an IC Championship tournament, which I'm going to quickly tease for you guys. Here is the bracket. And that's going to start on Monday Night Raw. I'm pretty excited about this, actually. So there is the Intercontinental Championship bracket. So we have a storyline for it, obviously. Jericho and Taker are going to continue their feud at least until Backlash, so Jericho can get his W back. Trish and Victoria get a rematch, but I'm looking to bring on someone new to face Trish, honestly. The Big Show, the US champ, had a good match with DDP on the WrestleMania pre-show, so you know what, screw it, why not have them in a feud? And they had good chemistry, so Lesnar and Angle are going to continue their feud at least until Backlash. Los Guerreros taking on the newcomers to SmackDown, RVD and Kane. Somebody made a great idea about AJ Styles opening or doing an open challenge for the Cruiserweight title. Matt Hardy screws him out of it. Triple threat match for the Cruiserweight title. And then Sting, his first match, his first opponent, first feud, first rival here in WWE. I think it has to be John Cena. I think that's the perfect guy on SmackDown that could elevate, even if he beats Cena. You know, Cena's facing a big fish, you know what I mean? Let's see what Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit is a steroid user. We might have to. He is in that tournament, so we're just gonna find him for now. If it happens again, we might just have to suspend him. I am trying to sign. The reason why Raw had less people on the Superstar Shakeup is because I want Mick Foley to go to Raw and actually feud with Christian. But we'll see how that goes. Mail time. WrestleMania got a goodbye. Drug test fees. Dean Malenko. Batista doesn't get it. Undertaker. Randy Orton doesn't get it. Steve Austin. Chuck Palumbo isn't charismatic. Brock Lesnar. Shannon Moore doesn't connect with the fans. Sergeant Slaughter's contract is coming up. If you guys missed WrestleMania, I did update the pictures here. So we got Bill Goldberg as the World Heavyweight Champion. Cruiserweight Champion obviously is still Rey Mysterio. Brock Lesnar now the WWE Champion. Well, you don't have an Intercontinental Champion yet, but we're going to have that tournament for it. Tag team, Eddie and Chavo still. United States, of course, it's the Big Show. Women's, Trish Stratus is now the champion. And last but not least, the Dudleys are now the tag team champions. A lot of morale issues. I could really care less. Just want to take a quick look. 92 rated. So if you guys missed the last episode, this is what went down. We had a lot of stupid stuff go down. The Rock and Michaels only did 77. Hogan and Steve Austin went 79. Bill Goldberg and Triple H went 82. Brock and Angle had to damn near save the whole show. Was there any good matches? The WrestleMania Pyro. Money in the Bank was 79. 87 for Taker Jericho. That was a pretty good match, actually. Kane did win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And you see here, Big Show, DDP, 80 rated. I think with the feud and some heat behind that, you know, that could be very interesting. New Japan have set their sights to expand the roster again. They signed some random guy. I had no idea who that was. He broadcasts HAW. Alright, well, I think that'll do it for the Superstar Shakeup episode of TEW 2016 WWE 2003. As always, I'm the Gaming Prophet, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.